Hi and welcome. Welcome to my channel. And today I'm talking about sustainability because I think it's something that's really important for organizations. It's not just organizations, actually. There's also, if you're, working for yourself as a sole trader, or maybe you're, running a household, it's still as a business as well. And you've got to look after yourself. Directors, you've got to look after yourself. You've got to think about your wellness as well. And today's video is about, because I'm doing a live event here, which is on the 30th of October, sorry. And what you got to think about is sustainability, right? You got to be thinking about in your business how you can have great success by you being able to create habits that's going to enable you to have that longevity, right? So in today's video, I'm going to talk about some of the habits that I'm currently doing that is helping me in my business, in my life as well. So are you ready to transform your healthcare business whilst you're avoiding becoming burnt out? And you need to find a balance. So this is the reason why I've created the 3-day event, the live event, which will be on the October the 30th, 2024. And what I want to talk to you about, this is a preview of day one. And I'll be focusing today on the habits and routines for business leaders, whether you're a healthcare entrepreneur or a business leader or management. For example, you're leading a team, for example, creating daily routines that work is essential to you achieving that long-term success without sacrificing your health or the business quality of life. Now, I see it all too often that we're top heavy, right? We're doing too much in our business. We're like there all day, working 16-hour days, for example, and we're not getting that work-life balance. And then we wonder why we feel exhausted and tired. You're not sleeping right. You're getting up early. You're not feeling aligned. You don't love your business anymore. Maybe you're a 7-figure business owner and, it's getting too much for you. You're facing challenges on a regular basis. And let me tell all of you, whether you're just starting or whether you're moving forward or whether you're at the higher level, there's always going to be a challenge. You will always be faced with challenges. But the key is here is that you create habits, healthy habits that's going to give you that structure to help you overcome that challenge. Like, for example, the pilot says when you're on a plane, right? He or she says, put your own mask on first before you try and help someone else, because you don't want to run out of air. And some of you are feeling like you're running out of air. And this is the reason why I'm doing this video, because I am seeing it so much with clients that they are running out of air, that they are stressed, they're exhausted. They've got a 9 to 5, or they're not got a 9 to 5. They're working long shifts, for example. And they just feel like they're running out of air. And this is the reason why I'm doing these trainings, to help you to create a habit that's going to help you to overcome obstacles. God willing, that the obstacle that you're facing is something that you feel that you'll be able to overcome. But we need to set routines. Business leaders, you've got to set routines. Whether, like I said, you've got to look at building daily habits that support sustainable growth, and it will prevent burnout. So one of the habits that I use, I've got a list here, but I'm going to just talk to you from my bullet point list here. One of the things I do is I get up at 5 a.m. because I'm part of 5 a.m. Club, Robin Sharma. Absolutely brilliant. I would highly recommend it to you. You know, I read books. Well, not all of you know this, but I read books every weekend. I will read a whole book every weekend because I need to disengage myself from my mobile phone, for example, scrolling on the internet. So I would rather just to come away from my computer because I've been on my computer throughout the week, for example. So then by me reading a book, it takes me away from the digital distractions. And I read a book, and you can read a ebook or audio book is just as good, but I love to hold a book in my hand. There's something about that, and that's my preference. So going back into my routine, I get up at 4:45 in the morning. I start my exercise at 5 a.m. in the morning for 20 minutes. I do a high intensity. Then from that point, I then meditate and I pray. I read the Bible, a page out of the Bible. I then write in my journal, and I've got it here. It's quite a big journal. So I write out what I want to happen for today. What work do I have to do for today? I also show gratitude for life, that I'm alive, that I'm woken up another day, for example, and we can't take these days for granted because we never know when our time will come, for example. So I'm grateful to life. You see, another thing that I do is I will listen to a documentary, for example, or I may read a course. So for about an hour, my power hour is what I do because I'm working on myself. I'm working within myself, within, and it will come out in my day, for example. Once I've done my meditation, my exercise, my reading, my development, my prayers, my spiritual, I then go for a walk for an hour and 45 minutes. So really, I spend about 2 hours to 2 hours and 5 minutes exercising, walk as well as high intensity. Then once I've done that, I come home. I then have a shower, a cold shower, because it keeps me alert and awake. It awakens me. It helps my cells. It's about me moving. It's about flow. It's about me being the healthiest version that I can be of myself. I don't drink alcohol, and that's my choice. And I eat healthy. And what I also do is I would have a yogurt, for example. This is all before I start work at 9 o'clock in the morning, for example. So I have yogurt with honey, nuts, fruit, that type of thing. Then I've written my work that I'm going to do for the day. So I would then block off 3 90-minute slots. And that is when I do my high value work. That's when I do my hardest work first thing in the morning. So I list 3 things that I want to achieve for the day, for example. Then once I've done those 3 90 minutes, I then obviously within each 90-minute, I take a 10-minute break. I don't just work solid for, 3 90 minutes, for example. Once I've done my 3 90 minutes, I then do 2 more 90 minutes. And then I work on other work. So I do the work for the clients, for example. And then from 2 o'clock, I then do my meetings. because that's the light work. So I do the hard work first thing. So I get that out the way. And then I do the light work where I will then have meetings with clients, for example, for 2 hours, 2 till 4, for example. Once I've finished that, usually about 4:30, I will then check my email and my social media. I don't dip in and out of social media. I put my phone on silent. For example, it's even on silent now because I'm working. For example, I'm doing this video. I'm also, when I'm reading my book, I don't have my phone on because of all the pingings that would go on, for example. So I have quiet time. The weekends is quiet time as well. So once I've checked my emails and responded, for example, I then check social media, for example. I then also work on video. Then we'll do a video as well. Now, my video content, I've got it for up to 2 months because I just like to know what it is that I'm going to be working on, for example, to help support you in your role as business leaders. And then what I look at is I then look and think, right, okay, before I finish, what is it that I can give the VAs to do, the virtual assistants to do the following day, so that there's structure for them to do their work. They are also working at the 90-minute block, for example. And then once I've done that, I then would have, for example, something to eat. Because what I'm working at is I'm doing the 16-8 intermittent fasting, whereby I eat in that 8-hour window, for example, and I don't eat outside of the 8-hour window, for example. So I will have a meal with family at the table. No mobile phones. We eat and we communicate. We talk to one another. Then what I then do is I then would read a book. I would read a book. I would then schedule some time, for example, 1 hour before I go to bed, to talk to family members, see how their day has been, and to just have a laugh and to have fun, for example. I then will then set my gym wear that I'm going to wear. For example, I would lay that out so it's ready for when I get up at 4:45 in the morning, for example. I would then have a hot bath, Epsom bath, for example, before going to bed. Then I would go to bed. Usually I go to bed between 9 and 9:30. I then go to bed, and then I then make sure everything is blacked out in the room. I wear my eye mask, for example, and then I will go to sleep. But while my day is going on, after I finished at 5 o'clock, at some point I will write down how I felt my day's gone. How do I feel that I've done well today, for example? Or was there something that I didn't do so well at? And then I would question that. So look at what habits that you're creating, because we will always be faced with challenges in business. It is life. Life gives us challenges. It's how we overcome those challenges that is the success, for example. And if we create these habits, it will help us to grow and understand who we are, and to be able to cope with those difficult times in our lives, because we will have them, unfortunately. But it's there to teach us a lesson. It's there to help us to grow. And that's how I see things as. I don't get upset. I see them as What is it that I can do? What am I being shown here that I can develop and grow myself from? So create some simple strategies to incorporate into your daily routine. This will maximize your focus because you need to be focused. You're working on your business, providers, you're working on your business. In the morning, you should also block out time for working on your business, getting contracts, for learning things, for growing, developing. Block at least 90 minutes a day. You will get more done in that time than what you would do if you was to work for the week, for example. It's so important that you do this because I've been there where I've struggled. Many years ago, I was in the recession when my business, it just failed. There's no other way of saying it. I had loads of contracts with the government, for example, and suddenly, because the recession hit, and I understand that now because the recession was here in 2008, and they had to do some cutbacks. So they had to cut my hourly rate by almost half, which was a big loss. You imagine I had staff members that were used to getting paid a higher rate. Then suddenly I had to tell them, you're not getting that rate anymore. And they were on contracted hours, 37 hours a week at that rate. Now you've got the 0 hour contract. So now you're protected more as business leaders, for example. But what I really would love for you to do is to establish a habit, create a habit in your business so that you've got ways that you can be productive in the morning, because there's nothing worse. You come into your office and what do? You get involved straight away with what your care manager is doing or what another staff member is doing, instead of focusing on what you need to do, because they will drag you into what they're meant to be doing. But you've got your job that you've got to do. And your job is to get money in for the business. You know, this is not a get rich quick scheme. Running a care business is not a get rich quick scheme. It takes time, it takes dedication, and it's not for quitters. You've got to keep going. It's not easy. It's not. And, you know, if I could wave a magic wand for you to make it easy, I would do, but then you wouldn't grow. So that would be doing you a disservice. Every business is there to help you to grow and to develop and to understand how it works. Because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So what I want you to do, directors, is to think about with your business, your care business, for example, what stage you're at, create a habit, create habits, go for walks, go out, even just go outside, just walk down the road for 15 minutes and walk back for 15 minutes just to clear your head. Do some exercise first thing in the morning. Don't pick up your phone. Don't pick up your phone and start going on social media and scrolling, you know, and then you're trapped in this digital distraction that's stopping you from building your business. And then you're listening to the news. Don't do that. Go out and see nature instead. Clear your mind. Focus on you. Focus on putting it into you so that when you start at 9 o'clock, then you're able to put into your business and do the things that you're meant to do first. The first 90 minutes, 90 minutes should be based on your director's work, not what your admin staff is doing, not what your carer is doing, not what your manager is doing. You do that first, and then you come out, and then you're able to lead your team, and you can teach them to do the 90-minute block time. You got to block your time. You got to protect it, block it, protect that time. Monday to Friday, 90 minutes, and you will see transformation. Now, I'm going to be doing some training about what you should be doing in your 90 minutes blocks. Okay. I want to help you. I want to show you how to do that. And I wish I had all of this help many years ago, but that's okay. I'm here now to show you so you don't have to go through what I've been through in my healthcare businesses, for example. Now, what I want you to do is get yourself a journal in preparation for the training. And what I want you to do is we're going to spend time, and you imagine if you implement it, just 1% increase daily. Imagine in that year, you have grown by 365% in your business as a director. Because what I'm seeing is people are getting distracted. You're too busy looking at what everyone else is doing and not focusing on what you need to do in order to grow your business. Because only you can grow your business. It has to come from within. But you've got to look after within first in order for it to come out and help your clients, help your staff members, help your family members, help humanity. That's what we've got to do. And I really want to help you to challenge you to do your 90-minute blocks. That's all I'm asking for you to do. Because if you then plan, then you're fine. It's like me, I don't look at my emails really until I'll block it. Either it's first thing or it usually is 4:30, because I do my 90-minute, and I have a break in between those, 10-minute break in between the 90-minute. I do for 90-minute work, solid. Then I rest for 10 minutes, go up, walk, whatever, come back. Then I do another 90 minutes work, and I do the hard work to begin with first. Don't do the easy work, I do the hard work first. And I then get up, walk, come back again 10 minutes later. Then I do 90 minutes again. Then I then have meetings with clients at 2:00, and I usually finish at 4, for example. And from there, I'm then journaling about how the day's gone and what I need to get the VAs, the virtual assistants, to do, for example. And then to take things off my plate that they can do, for example. And then you'll be surprised of the time that you save by planning in this way. So I write a list of 3 important things that I must do today, and then I do it. It works. It really does. And then like I said, when I've done my 90-minute blocks, I then do another 2 90-minute blocks. So the aim of the game is for me to at least complete 3 things, but I tend to complete more because I'm focused, I'm productive, I've got the habit, I'm in my habit. I've been walking for over 2 years now for 2 hours, for example, because I've got into a habit and I've done it daily. I don't just do it twice or once a week on a Sunday, for example. I do it daily. Whether it's raining, if it's raining, then I will do exercise inside. Okay. But even if it's cold, I will still go out and do my exercise. And especially now with, how we've got to be really looking after our health, our wellness, our mindset. This is really important to run a business. And I really want you to be able to implement that into your lifestyle. Because after COVID, we've really got to look after ourselves in order for us to have the life that we want. Because when you're running a business, you need that energy, you need that stamina daily, because you will be hit with things where it could knock you for six. And I don't mean to scare you in that way, but you'll be able to cope better when you have got these daily habits, these habits of meditation, these habits of journaling, these habits of planning your day each day so you know what you're doing and improving by 1% a day. You can achieve so much. So I just wanted to share with you about the training, and also today talking to you about creating habits. There's some really good books out there. This is a really good book. It's Atomic Habits by James Clear. There's also the 5 a.m. club. I said 9 a.m. club. I might have forgotten that. 5 a.m. club. And I do it every day. I do it every day. And I think it's important that we do this as directors so that you can be strong and keep your business moving in the direction that you want it to be, not have it be led where it's leading you and the staff members are leading you. You've got to lead the company, because this is your legacy. This is your DNA that you're building currently, and no one else can build it for you. So thank you so much for being here. And I hope that you've enjoyed this training today. And I look forward to talking with you more. I'm doing videos almost daily now. So they're going to start speeding up now, because we've got the event coming up on the 30th of October, and I'd love for you to be there. We're going to have some guest speakers on as well. And we've got guest speakers that are going to complement what I do, for example, and to help you to be a strong leader that you are. And you are a strong leader. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Stay blessed. Thank you for listening. Like and subscribe as well if you haven't done so already. And I look forward to speaking with you soon. Take care. Thank you. Bye.